Are you looking to become a YouTuber for a hobby or career? Then check out the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C920, complete with 1080p recording for your desktop or laptop. Affiliate link below in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Memorial Day weekend is finally done. And if you are a movie theater employee right now, you're kicking back, you're drinking a beer, you might be smoking a J, and you're thinking, oh, thank God it's over. I hated working Memorial Day weekend when I worked at my theaters. It was 4 days of pure abject hell that only seemed to get worse year after year after year, until this year. Actually, my old theater had one of the worst Memorial Day weekends ever, and it was a nice weekend in San Diego. And the reason for this is, well, the movies, according to some people, weren't very good. Pirates of the Caribbean and Baywatch were the two contenders for the weekend. Pirates of the Caribbean pulling in $77 million, which is a bit down from its original estimation of $90 million, and then Disney dropped the estimation down to $80 million, and it still came in underneath that. But don't worry, all of you Pirates of the Caribbean fans. Its gross overseas so far, combined with domestic, is about $326 million, and analysts are saying that Disney's not going to walk away from this without making about $250 million in profit off of the film. So do expect Pirates of the Caribbean 6 if Johnny Depp needs a payday, and I'm pretty sure he will. And look, for all intents and purposes, I really liked Pirates of the Caribbean 5, so I am down for a 6th one, especially given the ending of that movie. Please, please, please make it good. But then you've got Baywatch. Movie that actually tried to open on Thursday instead of Friday to get a little bit more money out of those crowds, came in at number 2 with, or no, it was like 3rd behind Guardians of the Galaxy, my mistake. It came in at $25.1 million. So a new R-rated comedy starring The Rock and Zac Efron, which you figure would have done very well, only grossed $25.1 million on a 4-day bid. An extra day in there, by the way. And it still came in underneath Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which has very much held its weight throughout the month of June. But the way I look at that, too, is also you usually get 1 or 2 movies during the summer that tend to kind of hold for quite some time, and everything else kind of fails. But people have been talking about the fact that this is the lowest earning Memorial Day weekend since 1999. Nearly 20 years of high budget, high earnings for Memorial Day weekend, and this is the worst one since 1999. And you have to remember that in 1999, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace was playing, and it had been out for like a week and a half at that point, or about a week at that point. So, you know, it was pulling in money, and then that kicked off the trend of it doing better and better and better and better and better. But here we are, 2017, and it's having a tough run. And people out there have been trying to figure out why. Studios blamed Rotten Tomatoes for their score, and I do want to cover that in a separate video. Critics have said that the movies just weren't very good, and audiences just weren't there. And part of the reasoning for that, and it's one that I really feel that we're going to start seeing a response to soon, is that during the summer months, which is no longer, kicking off with Memorial Day weekend, which usually kind of set the start of summer movie season, it's now the first week of May. And in some respects, it even goes to the first week of March if you want to look at it from big high-profile films coming out. But once you get to May 1st all the way to about maybe the middle of August, or at least the 1st or 2nd week of August, it's 2-3 movies a week. All high budget, all high profile, and all begging for your money. And so people pick and choose what they want to go see. The problem here, the reason why these movies are not drawing in as large of an audience at this moment in time, is not necessarily because the quality is not as good as it could be. Now, don't get me wrong. There are movies out there with lots and lots and lots of problems that make their way through the studio process, get overproduced, and their final product is not very good. But a lot of times, and I've been saying this now for 9 years, the overabundance of films released week to week during the summer is going to suffocate the system. And the reason why I say 9 years, go back and look at the releases coming out in June of 2008 all the way through that summer. You had approximately 2 to 3 new movies, big movies, a week that entire summer, and it hasn't stopped. How many times now do you hear, oh, this movie opens on this week, and then these other movies open up that might be a little bit smaller, but then the next week is something else, and then something else, and then something else, and then something else. Look at this last week. You have Pirates of the Caribbean, This Friday, Wonder Woman. Next Friday, I forget. It's oh, The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And then you've got Cars 3, and then it's Transformers, and then there's Spider-Man, and then there's some other shit that's coming out. Other big War for the Planet of the Apes is coming out. There's big movies every single week, and people don't have as much time to go to the theaters, and the theaters have only been increasing their prices. Now many theaters are choosing to go the luxury route, which is where if you want to go see a movie, you have to buy your tickets early, therefore doing away with a lot of impromptu, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to go to the movies? All right, cool. So you have to go and pre-buy your tickets in order to get your reserve seats. The prices go up because they've been increasing the prices due to the upgraded luxury. They've also removed many of the seats so they contain fewer seats, so therefore they make less money, and it throws a lot of people off. And never mind the fact too, look at something, for example, like The Circle. Came out fourth week of April. Tom Hanks, Emma Watson, right? It was a big Tom Hanks, Emma Watson movie. This is coming off of Emma Watson's Beauty and the Beast remake, pulling in $1 billion worldwide. The movie tanked so hard that it's coming to Netflix June 30th. 2 months after its release, it's going to be on Netflix. And people look at something like that and they go, oh, okay, well, I can just wait and the movie will be on Netflix. I can just wait and the movie will be on home video. I can just wait and I can buy it or rent it and I can take it home and I can watch it on my big 75-inch TV with my 7.1 Dolby surround sound from the comfort of my own home for less money than it would cost for me to go to the theater with the whole family. That's one of the problems going on right now. Why do you think Warner Brothers and numerous other companies are releasing the HD, like the digital version of their films, 2-3 weeks before the film actually comes out on home video? Because they want to get those HD rental sales. They want to get the money that way first, in a way that's not going to cost them for manufacturing. All they're doing is splitting some of the profits with the distributor. That's it. John Wick Chapter 2 comes out on Blu-ray on June 13th, but I can already go and purchase or rent the digital version, which I already have. That movie is fucking fantastic. The point is, there are options now to see the movie from the comfort of your home, in almost a quality as good as going to the cinema. The cinema is becoming overpriced, overcrowded, not just in terms of people in some respects, but in terms of how many choices you have. And if you don't see the movie right away, if you don't go in that first week, then it's going to be out of cinemas before you know it. And you're not going to be able to see it. So then you wait for home video. So then you just think to yourself, well, shit, I'll just wait for home video. And that's what's happening to the movie industry right now. They are releasing so much content. They are overpacking these summer films with so much content that it's starting to suffocate the system, to the point of where we're now seeing articles like, oh, the summer movie season is dead. The summer movie season is toast. But if you look, movies that come out in February, in March, in April, and even September or October or, November, outside of the summer months, are doing very well because there's no other competition. And because there's not as much competition, people are going to see it when it comes out, and they might see it the next week if word of mouth does well. What Hollywood needs to do is not focus on these weekends like Memorial Day or focus on the time like 4th of July. What they need to do is focus on putting out quality work maybe every other week or spreading it out throughout the year. So then people who have kids, who have jobs, who have school, who can't go every single week don't feel like they're trapped or that they're forced to change everything to get there. Because when they start realizing that they're forced or feeling like they're forced, then they're going to choose the path of least resistance, which is just wait for home video. It's one of the reasons why the system is failing. Never mind the fact that, and I want to talk about this a bit later on with that Rotten Tomatoes video, is Hollywood is so homogenized right now. People tend to have seen the same movie over and over and over again because the beat points in the script don't change. Thanks, Blake Snyder. No, you're a genius at the same time, and I'm sad that he died. But there's a lot of that. And there's a lot of homogenized sequels and reboots and things people aren't wanting as much anymore. Whereas people are flocking to Netflix because Netflix is spending $7 billion a year on original programming, original TV shows, original animation, original movies. And not everything is like Christmas morning, but a lot of it is better than what we're seeing in theaters now. And that's directly impacting the box office. which is one of the reasons why Netflix is currently looking to find ways to expand into the box office, because they allow that creativity. That's going to carry over into making more money for them in the long run. This should be a very big wake-up call to Hollywood. This should be a huge wake-up call to Hollywood. These type of sequels and reboots are not going to benefit you forever. You're going to run out of 80s and 90s movies to do this too, and people are begging for new, original, inventive content. And they're not finding that in movies. They're finding that on TV, which is why TV is winning hands down right now. But what do you guys think about this? I know I went off on a huge tangent, but I wanted to get this off my chest for a while. Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been 3 Buck Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share this video around, get your friends in on the conversation, and check back later from our movie news coverage for me. Have yourself a great day, guys. Peace out.